You can be in a calorie deficit, you can be smashing the gym 5 days a week, you can be doing your cardio, you can be doing everything right, yet still look soft. And that was me for years. I don't know, I didn't have a fat loss problem, I had a muscle problem. And that whole advice around eat less and move more was just shooting me in the foot constantly. So let me use this video to explain why that advice is making it worse and what to do to fix that skinny fat physique for good. This is the mistake every skinny fat guy makes. They panic. You cut those calories harder, you do more cardio, you think the more you do, the quicker the results, right? If you're skinny fat, it doesn't work, because if all you're doing is pushing aggressively and batting yourself into a hole, you don't have anything underneath if you've not spent a prolonged period of time actually focused on building muscle. Even though you might have been going to the gym, if you stayed in that skinny fat physique for years, the skinny arms, skinny legs, and fat around your stomach, then you've got minimal muscle underneath, especially if you've been restricting your calories the whole time and under eating. All you're doing by that is, as you cut yourself even further, you're just getting smaller overall. No leaner, just less of that actual same skinny fat shape. Because the skinny fat physique that you've got, it's a muscle problem, not a less weight problem. I'm not saying this from a textbook, I'm saying this from my own head and my own experience, because I was stuck in this exact spot for years. My physique did not change from looking like this. I was going to the gym, I was eating healthy, I was doing everything I thought was right. And through those years of literally training 4 or 5 times a week, eating clean, doing my cardio, doing my steps, doing everything on paper what you should be doing, my physique literally didn't change at all. And every time the scale would go up a little bit and I'd gain a little bit of body fat and I couldn't see as much of my abs, I'd diet back down. I'd cut my carbs out, I'd crash diet, I'd restrict myself. I was back to just eating healthy, but my eating healthy was 4.5 days of smashing my meal prep, eating everything on plan, to then as soon as Friday hits, I'd be in the pub and I'd drink and I'd miss meals over the weekend. That actually fixed my physique from that skinny fat position to looking like this now was more muscle. And that unlocked a whole new level of progress with my physique. Here's the steps you need to take to fix your skinny fat physique once and for all. Number 1 is, without a doubt, your training. Training is the only way you can build new muscle and change your physique. You can't diet your way to more muscle. It doesn't happen, okay? If I was to give you 4,000 calories a day and tell you to not go into the gym, you would get fat. But if I was to give you 4,000 calories and put you in the gym, you'd build muscle. So that begs the question, the gym is the only way to build new muscle tissue. So if you're not building any muscle and your physique is staying the exact same, your training is the problem. Things you need to focus on in the gym is fixing your form. Are you actually doing the exercise correctly? Are you training hard enough? Science says that we're getting between 3 and 1 reps of failure is when the most muscle growth occurs. Are you pushing there? Or are you stopping with 10 reps left to go? The speed of the reps, are you just rushing those reps up and down, up and down, up and down? Are you actually controlling the weight? Who's in control? You? Or is the weight controlling you and it's just falling down? And on top of that, as a foundation through that, are you progressing? Are you tracking your lifts? Do you know what you need to make in terms of decisions, whether it's more reps or more weight from the previous week to actually apply that progressive overload? And it's about doing those consistently across every single set, across every single exercise in your program, week in, week out for months. That is what will build muscle tissue. And if you're not doing that, that's why. Number 2 is fix your diet. For the first 4 weeks, what I would be doing is establishing the foundations with step number 1, your training. The form, the intensity, the accuracy, and the consistency with progressions on that. But whilst we're doing that at the same time, we want our physique to improve. We want that body fat to go away on our stomach to create that runway for growth. So what I'd be doing is having your food at maintenance or in a very, very slight deficit, not so much that it impacts training performance. And that's going to mean that you're going to be building muscle tissue. And then at the same time, you'll be dropping body fat, improving your overall body composition. Then once you start to see that stomach flatten out or your abs come through slightly, then you can be in the perfect position to actually have a prolonged time in a growth phase where muscle building is the priority. When muscle building is the priority, slowly but steadily pushing your body weight up and getting stronger every single week and staying consistent as fuck with everything I said with regards to your training. And I'd recommend being in this energy surplus for a minimum of 6 months. Muscle is very, very slow to build, and you need to actually give your body the chance and opportunity to actually build that new muscle tissue. But don't just use being in a surplus, and don't be scared about it and think, like I was, that, oh my God, if I'm eating more food and my scale weight's going up, I'm getting fat, and start stressing. No, because if you do it controlled, you eat good quality foods, you eat the right amount of foods and not too much, maybe a slight surplus, 200-300 calories above maintenance. Focus on getting your body weight up around about 0.2 to 2.5, focus on getting your body weight up around about 0.2 to 0.25 kilos per week. So only gaining around about 1 kilo per month. That's going to make sure that you're maximizing muscle growth, your body's staying sensitive to making sure that when this weight goes on, it's prioritizing growth as opposed to body fat, and that body fat is not accumulating very quickly. Don't use the excuse of bulking as a thing to get sloppy. The same standards in which you would do when you're locked in for your diet and you're trying to cut body fat down for a holiday, use those same standards. Okay, I use it so many times where I would just get sloppy. I'd be on a bulk, but then I'd use the weekends to just miss my meals and just drink loads of beer. No, treat it with the same level of intent, with organization, with your meals, with your meal prep, with your food quality, and that will make sure that you're giving the body the nutrients it actually needs to support that muscle growth. Because if you are sloppy with your diet and you standard slip, you'll be back at square one and you will not break out of this cycle, because more muscle is the answer to breaking this cycle. Number 3, I've seen it time and time again, with regards to tidying up your diet, prioritize your protein intake. Protein is the building block for muscle growth to actually occur. So when you're training hard, you're eating this good food, make sure your protein intake is adequate. 1 gram per pound of body weight eaten every single day. It's one of the most under-eaten macronutrients which I see as a fitness coach. Everyone's overeating on carbs, poor quality fats, and massively under-eating on protein. And they're sat there confused as to why their body is not changing and growing, because no protein is going in. Those are the steps. Most guys overcomplicate it, but it literally is that simple. You just need to go away and do it. Okay, not stuck in this cycle of crash diet, gain it back, crash diet, gain it back. No, we need to commit to this in phases. So as I said, fix your training, fix the form, the intensity, the consistency, and the progressions, and do that week in, week out, day in, day out for every single session. Whilst you're doing that, eat in a small surplus or at maintenance to allow your body to recomp and get yourself in a better position to actually go and build muscle over that prolonged period. As I said, a minimum of 6 months. Then once you've done that and your body composition's in a better spot, your training is absolutely top of its game, then you can be in a position to actually cut that body fat down and you will reveal a whole new physique. As I said, I'm not just doing this from a textbook, I'm doing it with me and the countless other men I've done it with who've come to me in the exact same spot. Go in the gym, eating healthy, the physique doesn't match it. Thinking they come to me and they're like, they need to lose more body fat, I need to lose more body fat. And they've been going to the gym and they've just been going in the gym, going through the motions for years. Their training quality needs improving. Their diet needs improving. Their routine, their sleep, their stress, their habits, everything needs improving. So the foundations of what they're doing, yes, on paper are right, but not to the standard which will actually cause their physique to change. And that is why they stay in the exact same spot every single year. And as a result of actually taking action and going through this process with me, they completely transform their physique. You're in a spot right now where you don't want to figure this out on your own. I've just launched an 8-week program. It's called Recalibrate. It's going to start on the 7th of September. It's a rapid fat loss program. Okay? If you're in a position right now whereby you want to improve your training quality, you don't know what to do in the gym, and you need to lose a bit of body fat and actually set these foundations up, because that whole fat loss phase at the start is the hurdle we need to get over and focus on your training quality to actually allow for that growth to happen. It's likely you've gained a bit too much body fat over summer. This is going to be the perfect kickstart after the summer to crack on into those winter months, get a good block of gaining under your belt and actually strip it down for next summer to blow your physique out of this world and fucking blow everybody's heads off. But it all starts with that first step. So what I've done is I've left a link in the description below. Have a little bit of read through, see if it's right for you. I think it'd be the perfect opportunity if you are stuck right now and you don't want to just figure this out on your own. Have the accountability, the support of someone who's been there, done it and got a t-shirt with hundreds of other people. So don't miss out, because our spaces go live on the 28th of August and they are limited and we've only got around about 15 left that which we can take on. So any questions, leave them in the comments below. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one and hopefully we'll see you on the 7th of September on Recalibrate.